Welcome back in, everybody, to a game day edition of Birds 365. The Eagles are set to kick off their season, their 2024 season, tonight in Sao Paulo, Brazil, versus the Green Bay Packers. Just 18 minutes or 17 minutes left to go here on Birds 365. I want to thank everybody for being here this morning. We had a great crowd. As always, you guys are the best in the chat, so thank you for making this a very fun preview show of the game. Johnny Mac, I ask you all these questions. Where's your mind going into the game? When you think about the game tonight, what are you watching for? I know you said the blitz, but where is Johnny Mac's mind coming into the game tonight?
Yeah, I want to see how Vic utilizes people. Zach Ballin is very interesting to me. What he's going to do without Isaiah Rodgers is very interesting to me. Um, you know, is he going to use Cooper DeJean in certain packages? Because Vic is interesting to me. So the little details of what he does. Offensively, I already mentioned it's about the blitz. I don't even care about the motion and the bunch formation. I know that's coming. That's what Kellen likes. He likes it, so he's going to use it. That to me is the white noise. I want how have they prepared Jalen Hurts to pick up the blitz? That's why Kellen Moore is here. That's why Doug Nussmeier is here, and that's mission number one for that offense. And then the other kind of stuff where we talk so much about Saquon love or hate. Is Devontae going to get the touches? Is AJ going to get the touches? That'll all work itself out. If they can't handle the blitz, they're not going to be able to go where they want to go. And that's to be a significant Super Bowl contender. So to me, it all boils down to that on the offensive side. And then all the other stuff is just the trimming and everything else and the furniture and everything else you buy for the house. But you need the foundation first. And everybody knows they struggled with picking up the blitz. And that's where everybody's going to try to attack the Philadelphia Eagles until they prove they can deal with it. And everybody knows it, and they need to prove it.
How much of a role does Kellen Moore have in preparing Jalen Hurts to kind of manage that and to handle the blitz?
Everything. That's his job. That was the lead bullet point in the job description. Fix this. He's a former quarterback, longtime offensive coordinator now, even though he's a young guy. He understands what you need to do. Can you teach it? Can you teach it? Can you impart it to your student? And that's, the difference between Vic Fangio and all of his underlings and all of his copycats. He teaches it better. Can Kellen Moore teach it better to Jalen Hurts?
And then past teaching it, John, what do you expect him to do in terms of, play design tonight to help mitigate it? Is it just as simple as short slant routes or easier outs for Jalen to get that ball out quickly?
Yeah, I mean, there's no design. There's no play design when it comes to hot routes. They're in the offense. They're in the offense. They're adjustments to what you see coming from the defense. And they're generally quick passes. Unfortunately, the Eagles' answers last year were too many bubble screens. Just get the ball out quickly in that manner. The successful teams, the Tom Brady's, Peyton Manning's of the world, Phillip Rivers of the world, will use him for Nick's purposes. They identify where the blitz is coming. More often than not, they're going to throw right at it, right behind where the blitz is coming. But you have to get everybody on the same page. You got to get the protection ready to pick up the slide, to pick up the blitz. You got to alert the receiver that you're hot, and you got to break off your intended route and be in the right position. There's no play call. It's built into the offense.
John, this is a question Jody Mack used to ask you on Birds 365 all the time. If the Eagles win the toss tonight, defer automatically, or do they want to get that offense on the field and start quick?
Yeah, they're deferring. Yeah, that's their belief. And it's, it's most people's belief is you want to sandwich the halves with scores. So if you can score at the end of the first half and you
Right.
get the ball back at the start of the second half and score, you're going to win that game. Basically,
Right. It's the best way to flip a game on its head. Yep.
So that's why most people do it that way. I do think there should be more debate, but not if you're a good team, not if you believe in yourself. You should always do that. For bad teams, look, if you're playing an explosive team, give me the ball because I want to shorten the game
Right.
and go on one of those 10-minute drives and boom, you wipe out most of the first quarter and you at least shorten the game and maybe you can stay in the game a little bit longer. So I think there's a feel for it, but normally with bad teams, if you're a good team, yeah, you just defer. And the Eagles are a good team, so I don't blame them.
Just 11 minutes left to go here on Birds 365. We're about 5 minutes out from the prediction from John McMullen on the game tonight. I might, I've been waiting for my prediction as well. I might throw a kink in where I've been all offseason on this game and come out the other way, but we'll see. Our predictions coming up in just 5 minutes.
I saw somebody said we gave our predictions. I didn't give.
No, they said that we've been talking bad about the Packers game all off season, so they insinuated they know which way.
Oh, well, I don't like I don't like giving up a home game to another NFC contender. I think that's
traveled
common
4,000 miles to play a home game.
Yeah, I think that's common sense more than anything else.
Yeah, no doubt about it, John. One more super chat here from James. This is great. I love James. He says, "For good luck, J-Mac, can I get a stop it? Here's some help. Will they be calling lots of hot routes and checks? Thanks." John, you got to hit him with a stop it.
Well, those come,
you can't manufacture stop it.
Yeah, well, you can manufacture. I could say stop it, but
there you go. That's good enough.
It's not as fun if they are manufactured. But yeah, the hot routes, that'll get me there quickly. I mean, it's so dumb to me. I mean, come on, can we stop having that conversation? Boy, it drives me nuts. And more so when it comes from people that should know better. Nobody calls a hot route. Nobody in the history of football has called a hot route. It's dumb.
James Carver says that was good enough. You can't manufacture magic. Appreciate it. NFC East, this is what he's talking about. He says, nah, bro. When the schedule came out, y'all both said Green Bay was going to win. NFC East, that's a different projection than when you get to the game. There's obviously different circumstances in May.
I mean,
come on, man. We didn't even have all.
Well, I respect, honestly, I respect the people that pay attention because they pay attention. For instance, they know hot routes are not called. So, when we were playing the win-loss game, when the schedule comes out, yeah, don't hold me that, which I freely say this is the stupidest game in the history of mankind. And I hate that we have to do it. That's a win. That's a loss. I call it the Mike Francesa game. That's a win. That's a loss. I say every year. So if you're paying attention, good, but then you heard that as well. Tell me who's playing. What if Jordan Love got hurt in training camp? What if Jalen Hurts got hurt? I got to know in the moment. So if I did say the Packers were going to win when the schedule came out, it came with that caveat, which if you were listening and you seem like you were, then you know that because I said that at that time. And I know that because I say it every year at that time. How stupid it is.
No doubt. Sorry. You gotta have the
stop it.
There you go. There's a perfect time for stop it. Ryan says, Zander, have you announced how you're going to choose someone for the Barkley jersey? Ryan, YouTube gives me a list of all of our members. I will put their usernames in the member. So you have like a YouTube username. It's actually not Ryan. It's whatever your @ is. And then it will be a random drawing from our member list. And I will pick a member that way. And then I'll email you and you'll have to verify that it's your account that you're logged into on your phone by way of a screenshot or something like that. And then I'll send out the jersey and I'll be coming out right away. So I won't wait long. We'll probably do it, middle of next week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because I do want all the members have a chance to hear what we have to say, or at least be here to know that we're giving away the jersey. So that's how I will do it. Johnny Mac, let's get there, brother. Prediction time on Birds 365. The Eagles are kicking off their season tonight in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Eagles versus Packers. Eagles are the home team that will be wearing the white jerseys tonight. Johnny Mac, what's your prediction on this game tonight, man?
No, I'm sticking with the home team. I think it's going to be a lot of offense. I think both defenses are going to struggle with these offenses. And I think the Eagles are going to outscore the Packers 33-28-ish, I believe is what my final projection was. So I think a lot of offense. And, I don't think it would be the end of the world if they lose the game, but it is a very important game because both of these teams project to be potential NFC playoff teams. If everything goes well from an attrition standpoint. So I do think it is an important game. And I think the Eagles are a little bit more of a finished product on offense than the Packers, as funny as that sounds, because, the Eagles ended last season poorly and the Packers ended last season very well. But I think if you look at the bigger picture, as a matter of fact, I got my game notes. I'll tell you right now. The Eagles had the 8th ranked offense in the NFL. The Packers had the 11th ranked offense. The Eagles had the 8th ranked rushing offense. The Packers were only 15. Packers were a little bit better passing the football. That makes sense. Eagles were better in points per game. Eagles were much better in 4th down offense, first in the NFL. Tough to be better than that. They were better in 3rd down offense, and they were better in red zone offense. Yeah, they're a more finished product. That the Packers are still on the ascent, and there's still going to be some growing. But I think because of the way the season ended, people don't realize that.
Good stuff, Johnny Mac. Johnny Mac has the Eagles winning this game in the opener in Sao Paulo. I love it. For my prediction, Johnny Mac, I'm with you. I had the Eagles winning 34-31. I think it's going to be a shootout type of game, and I think Jake Elliott's going to make the difference in the end, and I think that defensive line is going to make it tougher on Jordan Love than he's thinking. I think they're going to get pressure, and I think it's going to be a tough game. So I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning the opener of the season 34-31 in Sao Paulo with smiles on the faces of Eagles Nation as the Birds fly back to Philly and get ready for week 2. So that is my prediction. Everybody in the chat, I would love to hear your guys' predictions. I'm going to bring some of them up. We got a couple minutes here to go on Birds 365. Jalen says 34-17 Eagles. Boy, that's a big score there.
I don't think you're going to have that much.
I don't think you're getting that, but we'll see. Fly Parks, I like that score, 31-28, similar to where I am at 34-31. 31.
I should have mentioned the Eagles do have a big advantage at kicker. So if it does come down for a kick, you're going to feel comfortable with Jake Elliott. Yeah.
Ian East from the UK. Ian, I saw your chats earlier, man. I'm going to have to take you up on the UK trip. He says 30-23 Eagles will win. Did anybody project a Green Bay win in the chat? I don't see it. Crowley checked in 40.
Even the Packers fan, Johnny Mac didn't project the Packers to win. Yeah.
James Carver, our man James Carver says 30-24. I think you have the Eagles there. We'll see. Mad Bird, my buddy Mad Bird, 31-28. Twiz with a massive win, 38-20. Look at this. Great stuff from everybody in the chat.
38-20. Come on, Twiz. Come on.
We'll see, man. Maybe that defensive line can disrupt Jordan Love more. Maybe Vic Fangio, John, has the tape on Jordan Love, and he brings it to him. and he struggles. So good stuff from everybody in the chat. Great show today. I thought Ed Kratz was awesome as always. I thought you were great as always, Johnny Mac. And I thought the fans today, the viewers of our show who make the show possible, were great as well today. Johnny Mac, just 2 minutes to go now, man. You gave your prediction. We previewed it all. What's your final thoughts as we now prepare for the last 10 hours until the Philadelphia Eagles
enjoy it? I would say enjoy it. There's only 17 of these things you're guaranteed. That's the thing about the NFL, the scarcity of it. So, I mean, it's not every day you get an Eagles game or an NFL game for that matter, although they're trying to make it like that. But you get the point. There's only 17 of them, so enjoy it.
That's a good take there. I said earlier in the show that I echoed the same sentiment where we have 156 days left until the Super Bowl. We had 234 days, and since the Eagles lost their playoff game. So we have a 156-day run here to enjoy the season. I have a feeling in my gut, everybody, that this could be a historic season for the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm going to remind everybody to tune in later on today on the channel. We'll have the National Football Show from 2 to 6. We'll have the JAKIB pregame show with John McMullen, Dan Cilio, and myself from 7 to 8 p.m. tonight. And then we will have the JAKIB postgame show. It'll look a little different this week because John is not at the game like he normally is. So it will be a little bit different than it normally is tonight on the pre and post game show. But I'm looking forward to talking to everybody on the show tonight. I think it's a good balance of objectivity, of Cilio, who's the bold prediction type of guy who makes the bold.
Hey, you're going to see some fireworks there, because
no doubt. And look, I think that's what's going to make great content, John. You and Dan have very different styles, and I think that's a good thing. So I'm excited to do that on with everybody. I look forward to seeing everybody in there. Thank you all today. You guys were great as always. One super chat on the way out from Prince Swayze. I will be drunk by 7:30. Prince, I love it. Stay safe, my man. We need you in here on JAKIB. So make sure you stay safe and drink in a good spot. No driving. No driving tonight. So appreciate everybody being here. Good show today, Johnny Mac. Enjoy the game tonight, my man. We'll talk to you on the pregame show leading into the game tonight.
If you want a drinking game, Prince, drink every time there's a legal formation. You'll be passed out by halftime.
Yeah, Prince will miss most of the game if he does that. So good stuff, Johnny Mac. Great show today, man. We'll talk to you later on the channel tonight. All right, brother?
All right, sounds good. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Enjoy the game.
Thanks, everybody, for listening on Birds 365. Hit that like button on your way out. Appreciate all of you guys for being here, and we'll see you next time on Birds 365.